Hello, everyone, and thank you for completing the intro for The Blind Men and the Elephant. So, today we're going to look at the poem. It is written by John Godfrey Saxe in the 1800s. It is based on an Indian parable, which we talked about before, and that a parable is a story that is told specifically to try to teach a lesson using people as the characters versus a fable, which we said uses animals as the characters. And we're going to read this poem, and then we're going to read The Emperor's New Clothes, and we're kind of going to take a look at how they connect. And that's kind of where we are. So I'm going to read the poem for you here. It's also available under course material. So if you would like to reread it yourself, have your parents read it for you, or anyone who's sitting with you, then you can definitely look it up there. Otherwise, I'm reading it for you, and you do not have to look it up unless you want to. Okay, but it is posted there for you. So here is our poem. It was 6 men of Indostan, to learning much inclined, who went to see the elephant, though all of them were blind, that each by observation might satisfy his mind. The first approached the elephant, and happening to fall against his broad and sturdy side, at once began to bawl. God bless me, but the elephant is very like a wall. The second, feeling of the tusk, cried, Ho, what have we here? So very round and smooth and sharp, to me 'tis mighty clear. This wonder of an elephant is very like a spear. The third approached the animal, and happening to take the squirming trunk within his hands, thus boldly up and spake. I see, quoth he, the elephant is very like a snake. The fourth reached out an eager hand, and felt about the knee. What most this wondrous beast is like is mighty plain, quoth he. 'Tis clear enough the elephant is very like a tree. The fifth, who chanced to touch the ear, said even the blindest man can tell what this resembles most, deny the fact who can. This marvel of an elephant is very like a fan. The sixth no sooner had begun about the beast to grope, than seizing on the swinging tail that fell within his scope. I see, quoth he, the elephant is very like a rope. And so these men of Indostan disputed loud and long, each in his own opinion exceeding stiff and strong, though each was partly right, and all were in the wrong. So oft in theologic wars the disputants, I ween, rail on in utter ignorance of what each other mean, and prate about an elephant not one of them has seen. And that is the text of our poem. So if we take a look, the 6 men that touched the elephant, each touched a different part of it. So in the first stanza, the first man touches the elephant's side, and he says that it's like a wall. In the next, the second one here feels his tusk, and he says it feels long and sharp, and it must be a spear. The third takes the trunk, and it's moving around, and he says that it must be a snake. The fourth comes and touches the kind of thick leg, and says that it's a tree. And the fifth touches the ear, and says it's a fan. And then the sixth touches the tail, and says it must be a rope. Right? And then in the second to last stanza, they dispute loud and long. And that they have an opinion that is exceedingly stiff and strong. So everyone has an opinion, and if it's stiff, it doesn't bend, right? So no one is willing to give on their opinion. And that all of them were partly right, and all were in the wrong, right? So they're all kind of a little bit right just about the one thing that they felt, but in total, they're all wrong. And then he goes off and he says, in theologic wars, the disputants I must ween, rail on in utter ignorance of what each other mean. So ignorance is to not know, right? We've talked about that before. So they're saying that they fight, but they're ignorant. They don't know what the other one is talking about, and that they prate about an elephant that none of them have seen. So they're fighting about something that they've never seen in total. And they're all just fighting about the little piece of it that they touched. Okay? So hopefully you enjoyed this poem. I would suggest to kind of listen to just the reading once more or have someone read it to you from course materials. And then you're going to have your short little quiz. And I would also like to just kind of say how proud I am of you guys for doing what you need to do, that I miss you like crazy, and that I hope to see you guys soon.